And so I'm excited to get the ball rolling. So I'm open it for questions.
Thank you, Coach DeBoer. If you have a question, raise your hand. We have Gianna, Nathan, and Drayden. We'll go ahead and come on up. We'll start right here in the center aisle. Barry?
Yeah, Barry Trample, Tulsa World. For 2 decades, the SEC dominated, built a great brand, winning national titles. Now the Big Ten's won 2 in a row. How important is it for the SEC, maybe Alabama, maybe somebody else, to stop that streak and get the SEC going again?
Yeah, I think individually in our own programs, that's our responsibility to be to be at the top. Right, that's the expectation. I know at Alabama, but also the expectation for the SEC as a whole. You know, I still feel that the SEC, top to bottom, is as strong as you'll find. And you know, we experienced that last year. You had games where you showed what your ceiling was, but you also had to back it up and play the next week against again, and it showed that every team in the league can win on every given Saturday. So yeah, we want to prove ourselves as a program, but also as a league as well.
Coach will go right in front of me, about 3 rows back to the section to your left.
Coach Joe Gaither at BamaCentral.com. On Monday, Greg Sankey opened up talking about 8 or 9 game conference schedule. Alabama has a lot of great home and homes going out into the next decade. What's your perspective on future SEC schedules?
Yeah, I mean, right now that's above me. You know, I know there's questions that get asked of the coaches and kind of as you work with your athletic directors, but that's beyond me right now. I know there's a lot of pros when it comes to strength and schedule, and I'm all for that. You look at our schedule this year, and again, that was built out years back as you know as well. But we're playing Florida State, Wisconsin, you know, one way, one at home, and so you know we're all about playing as many high-end games that you can possibly play, and certainly adding another SEC game to the schedule would accomplish that.
Coach, we'll go over again to our left on the far aisle, but midway back.
Connor O'Gara, Saturday Down South. Did your year 1 live up to the Bama standard?
In which way? Or like to me personally, or
what you evaluate to be the Bama standard? Do you feel like your year 1 lived up to it?
Yeah, I mean, for if you internally ask us, no. Like we fell short of making the playoffs, as simple as that, right? And giving yourself a chance to go compete for a championship. I think there's a lot of things that I'm super proud of that are happening within the program that are part of the progression. Yeah, we want it right now too. So yeah, we fell short. Our guys, you know, again, I'm proud of them and the way they've responded to, you know, us, you know, not realizing the goals that we, you know, set out to have, and getting back just to work, focusing on the main thing. I feel that's always been the case, but sometimes there's just ups and downs you got to go through, unfortunately, that we had to experience. But in the end, you know, we're going to take advantage of the failures we've had and be better because of it.
Coach, we'll go to our other side or to the right here in the second row.
Coach J.D. Zaza, WVUA 23. Last season, Jahad Campbell was a massive part of your pass rush. Who are some players that have stood out to you on that side of the ball after spring practice and then going into fall practice?
Yeah, you know, Jahad, a lot of versatility that he brought, and obviously that's why he was a high-end draft pick. I think, you know, guys like LT Overton jump out at me. LT in particular, he was there a lot last year, and I think again those are the next steps you want to take. Now, just not just he, but a lot of the guys finishing plays. But LT's got it in him. He's got the skill set. He's got those instincts. He continues to hone in on taking it to the next level. Quay Rusaw is another guy. You know, and then there's some underclassmen that are coming up that I think are doing a nice job too, and looking forward to their progress that they've made physically to be able to put themselves in a chance to be able to let their work happen on the football field on Saturdays.
Coach, we'll go in the section right in front of me, second row.
Thanks, Coach. Larry Carlson, history of Longhorn sports. I was wondering if you could discuss the quarterback room and maybe handicap things for us a little bit.
You bet. Really got 3 guys that have taken all the snaps, not a majority, but all of them. Ty Simpson, Austin Mack, and Kalen Russell, and that's really by age and years of experience is kind of where it starts. We did make it known after the end of the spring that if we played a game at that point, and it really wouldn't have changed even at this point because there's nothing that's happened as far as practicing. Ty Simpson would be the guy that would take the first snaps and be our starter. Challenged all of them at that time that they have to continue to take the strides. They got to continue in their own ways, improve. They've really, I know, worked hard to do that. And excited to see that progress 2 weeks from today. But they have the tools. Ty, throws a catchable ball. He's smart. He's been in, college football now. Is going year 4. He's seen the ups and downs. He's got great relationships with the team. He's a leader that way. He's really owned things, I think, on another level. And then, Austin Mack. I mean, if he walked in here, the guy's 6'6", 230, 235. He's got a presence about him, and that carries over to how he throws the football. Just really took his most meaningful snaps in college this spring, working with the 1s and 2s. And then Kalen Russell, you would never have guessed that he's I guess a lot of guys would be graduating from high school here about a month ago. Really a high school senior, early enrollee that came in and just learning the system, learning college football, has taken these huge strides in the course of the spring. And now, again, getting that install over and over again in the summer and going into the fall, I'm confident he's going to make big jumps as well. So those are the 3. Kind of told you if we played today where it would be, but all 3 of them have the potential to do some really big things in our offense. And I think a lot of it has to do with what's around them as well.
But we're going to stay in this section to our left about halfway back.
Hey, Coach. Nick Wiggins over in Mobile, Alabama with WNSP. Last year, kind of unexpectedly, Ryan Grubb joined Seattle after you were expecting him to be offensive coordinator here at Alabama. What was the adjustment last year without him? And then what are you looking forward to now finally having him back here in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things. I mean, we had 4 guys on offense that were, from a staff standpoint, that were coming down, and ended up being 2 with Ryan Grubb. Scott Huff was also taken there up in Seattle. And so, man, when a guy puts in as much time, giving it everything he has to the program I'm a part of and working alongside him, it was one of those moments that was bittersweet, right? Because you want him here with you. I'm talking about Ryan Grubb here at Alabama, but also someone you've coached with for 12, 13 years, known for even longer. What an opportunity. Go be a coordinator in the NFL. And I thought he had a great year. Thought he did an amazing job. He was certainly ready and prepared for it. But things happen for a reason. And, him getting the chance to come here and just add to our staff at the level you're talking about with an elite offensive mind, our familiarity with each other, the efficiency we have when it comes to the day-to-day work, off-season, in-season, it certainly helps us, gain even more momentum going into, this fall. But the rest of the staff's been awesome in how they embraced Ryan Grubb coming in. The players have as well. And then, Ryan's hit the ground running and added some things, on the things he's learned. I mean, when you go through your career, and every year you're going to get better if you have the right mindset. And there's no place you're going to get better and be put in tough spots than in the NFL. And so love what he's brought on top of what our system's always been and how we've evolved to make us even better this fall.
Coach, we're going to go over to the right side on the far aisle over here to our right.
Hey, Kalen, Colin Gay, Tuscaloosa News. I'm curious, when it comes to no matter who's a starter at quarterback, it's going to be a level of inexperience. Are you confident in, whoever's named the starter, their ability to run your offense and to be that leader with the level of inexperience that they have?
Yeah, I think that's a valid question, right? I mean, experience is a big deal. Trying not to do too much when you don't have to, taking what they give you, trying to prove yourself to your teammates, to everyone watching. So just trying to work through that. And again, that's where consistency and continuity and just them being comfortable with Ryan Grubb, Nick Sheridan, Mitch Dollins, analyst, senior analyst on our staff, myself, just, them knowing that, hey, we believe in you. And just be you, go out there and, don't try to do too much. Just go execute what you're supposed to. But you know, they got the tools, and so now you're just trying to put them in those moments as much as possible, to where the lack of experience, maybe from a game situational standpoint, is able to come out in practice, help them feel prepared. I'll say this: I think going through a quarterback competition, that's pressure alone. You know, these guys are going through pressure every throw. You know, whether it was a competition or not, we would analyze and break it down and chart it. But you know, every throw and every drive that these guys are a part of, it's critical. You know, to them, you know, winning the job. And I think sometimes going through a competition prepares you for the pressures that are going to come within a season. I've seen that over and over throughout the years when I've had other competitions as well.
Coach, we'll go right up front here to our left, front row.
Morning, Coach. John Burrows with On Texas Football. In your time at Washington, you played against Texas and Steve Sarkisian twice, and you've come out 2-0 in those games, games that have proven to be pretty difficult for other coaches. What do you remember about those games that gave you an edge that other coaches can't really seem to find?
I mean, your players made plays, right? They made plays when you needed it most. It might be scoring, it might be knocking a ball down, it might be, you know, getting the big stop. Coach Sark is an elite football mind. He's an elite football coach. He's been doing it as a coordinator, as a head coach on a high level. And so going into those games, had nothing but the most respect. Walking out of it, that didn't change. And so, you know, it showed just even in his transition to the SEC last year, you know, that, you know, he evolved and made those adjustments and did the things he had to do to put himself in a spot to not just be playing for a championship, but also in the playoffs.
Coach, we'll go over to our left-hand side again on the far out.
Hey, Coach. Chris Marlowe, LouisianaSports.net. You're 15-3 against top 25 teams as a head coach, which is the best record in the country of anybody. However, 10 of your 13 losses have come against unranked teams and in games you were favored in. How do you find ways to be more consistent and win the games you're quote-unquote supposed to win?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's learning from those mistakes. A lot of those losses happened in year one at different places. You know, and so you want year two, you know, to be moments of growth and where you can polish and clean things up. Areas when you installed offense, defense, special team schemes that are just your foundation, that you can now just, you're never taking it for granted. You're starting over from scratch every single season, but now you build on tangents based on the personnel you have, which help you win more football games. And again, a lot of it comes down to those big moments, you know, building a culture where you keep fighting till the very end, because there's going to be close games, and a lot of those wins you're talking about came down to the very end. There was even moments when it probably looked kind of bleak at times, but you fight, you execute, and you find a way to win. And so that's what we got to do here going into year two at Alabama as well.
We have time for one more question. It's in the section right in front of me, third row.
Hey, Coach. Theodore Fernandez, BAM Central. You've talked a lot about the staff. I want to ask you about Nick Sheridan. How huge was it getting him back, both from a staff continuity perspective and as far as all the players that he's worked with over the past year and a half now? Yeah, absolutely. You know Nick going back to 2019. The guy is unbelievable when it comes to just his offensive mind, football mind, not just offensive mind. You know, his organization, the way he teaches, the way he recruits. I mean, he's recruited at a high level. His involvement with our team, going back to, again, he had to kind of throw a staff together there, helped me put that together in a short amount of time there in February last year before spring ball started in March. You know, there was different styles of things that we did offensively last year relative to what, you know, we had done. So we were finding our own last year as well. And you're going to always do that based on the personnel you have. But he and Ryan Grubb, their relationship is amazing. And again, it goes back to 2 strong years that they had together, putting together elite offenses there at Washington too. And so seeing these guys come together, pick each other's brain, you know, Nick's been able to share along with the rest of the staff, Jamarcus Shepard, you know, the rest of the staff with Coach Grubb, Ryan Grubb, what they felt, why they did things.
you know, myself as well, but it's helped us take those next steps, be more efficient. He's got deep relationships with our players because that's just the type of guy he is. He's high character through and through. Man, I mean, it's awesome having him a part of our football staff.
Coach DeBoer, thank you for your time.
You bet. Thank you, and Roll Tide.